We are back with another episode of the Plus Minus Podcast, Season 2.
Yes, sir.
Right, Nick?
Yes, sir.
I'm here with Nick. We got 2 new people in the building, special guests, new co-hosts. We're in a new studio. Shout out to our guy James for bringing us in here today. We are sponsored by Riot Mentality. Overdose. The pre-workout is in stores now. Fitness brand, health and wellness.
Yes, sir.
Check it out. Our boy Mario. Nick, we're back. We're recording.
Man. We're back, here, man. A couple months, 2 months maybe. We took a break. It wasn't just because it was the new year and all that stuff. We had to reevaluate our team. We had to get it together. We had
to make some adjustments.
Yeah, make some
I've
adjustments.
been craving a fucking podcast for 2 months.
Hey,
bro,
dude, listen,
what's up? Let's do this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys, man. To get everybody on the same page is so hard.
Yeah, I believe it.
Getting people guests at this, on time. Us being on time, everything, getting delivered. It's
schedule
okay.
crazy right now, though. Schedule crazy.
Yeah. So we got Matt Dennis.
What's
Matt's
going
gonna
on?
Be part of the podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's a blessing to
As much
be
as
here.
can be.
We here. We in the city. We talking about everything.
Yeah.
I'm here to open everything up a little bit, make it a little bit more darker in here too. And just have a good time.
There's
No,
nothing wrong with that. But we got a big guest, man. Huge fan of his. A friend of mine. The GOAT. A Cleveland legend. We got Booby Gibson in the house,
Big
man.
facts.
Everybody
Yes,
give
sir.
him a
Yes,
round of
sir.
applause. Appreciate you pulling up, gang. It's
Big
super legendary, man. You don't understand.
Listen, man, when you said pull up, we didn't talk about things we gonna do. It was a no-brainer. Man, as soon as you gave me a time, and that time worked into the schedule, you feel me? I'm gonna show up, man. All you have to do is say the word.
I know we did the golf outing a couple months back towards the beginning.
Yeah,
of,
golf outing was amazing.
The fall.
The first
that was sick. I know we got events coming up with you as well, with Nick in the P League. But welcome on, man. Appreciate it. 13 years old, man. You're a rookie, second round pick.
Yeah.
Coming in, having that rookie season. You were having shirts made in the playoffs.
Hey, listen, man, my mama still got that shirt, and she still sleep in that shirt. Shout out to Mama Gibson. I was a kid when I got out here, and I grew up in this city, and that's why I feel like I'm adopted a little bit. Obviously I'm from Houston, but I'm rocking y'all got me rocking the Cleveland.
Y'all got me rocking
now, because when you out here, I think that's really why I fell in love with the city, because it's a real sports town, and they got real love for they sports team. So I'm a Clevelander.
I played basketball at Baldwin Wallace D3, but when I came to Cleveland, man, number one, it's one of the only cities that have every major sports team here, at a high level. So when I came here and I would see how exciting the Cavs game was, man, and being an out of towner coming to I'm from Brooklyn, lived in Florida, but now I was in Cleveland. It's it's a different type of city where if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
You were inspiration towards us.
Shoot it, Booby.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't never been the tallest on the court or the fastest or the quickest, but I feel like that's where I resonated with a lot of the fans, because they felt man, he out there scrapping and getting to it. I can scrap and get to it. When they talk about my game and they talk highlights or whatever, they talk about the player I was, they don't really mention the defense, but that was really probably my favorite thing to do on the floor is get stops.
Mm-hmm.
You were 18 when you got drafted?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
19.
19?
19, yeah.
19.
What was Cleveland like at 19, man?
Cold as fuck. Cold.
Yeah,
That's why I think right now I'm back on the big truck vibe, because since then, it just changed my whole perception on everything. And I came out here as a kid, and the city kind of embraced me right away.
Yeah, right away. I can tell,
yeah, with even Bron was big in that. As soon as I got here, I want to say the second day I was here, I was at Bronny's birthday party, and we was in the back room, and they was Worldwide West, Bron, we all in the back, and right away he was just if you're gonna be here, I'm gonna make sure you good.
Yeah.
And so imagine getting that from the
19,
right away.
Yeah.
And so they made it easy for me, but the city as well, man, embraced me right away, and so I pretty much grew up here.
Yeah. Coming to the Cavs and playing with LeBron, that really helps you, become the player that you became in the NBA, right? Because just imagine if you would have went somewhere else that didn't have a LeBron type player, right? And you might have been, on a terrible team, might have affected you a different way.
I saw somebody send me a video and the announcer was like, "Oh, that was a team like Bron carried to the playoffs, and like he ain't had nobody on his team." And like people outside of the NBA, obviously they're gonna have their narratives about whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that year we was the best defensive team in the league. There was a lot of reasons why we made it to the finals that year. But I would never take away from the fact that we wasn't doing nothing without GOAT James.
Yeah, right.
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would never take that away from him.
For sure.
But just understanding though, at that same time though, we did have some guys on that team that had some. I'm just thankful that. Because I couldn't really get on the court into the rotation until like close towards the end of the season anyway. So I would get in the rotation, I would be out.
Right.
But
it's hard to get a groove.
Yeah. And so towards the end, I don't really know what to expect in the playoffs. I just know that like it go to another level, or so I heard. And so I think that was the beauty of it. By the time because we had a tough road, we had the Wizards first, who was tough as Gil. Deshaun, that's when they had the whole the beef boy at the game. It was crazy. It had a whole little situation. I remember in the club one time they almost tried to fight us in the club because the diss thing that Jay-Z did, the ass mark LeBron. Yeah, that was it. They was trying to take us out.
That's a story.
But
that's funny.
Hey, listen.
That's
that
time,
beef was real,
man.
though.
Bro.
I remember that shit.
No, it had turned into something like they was really outside trying to figure out where we was at, and they told us not to go out when we was in DC. It was a whole we played them first, and then we had J Kidd and Vince and Richard Jefferson.
New Jersey.
But just getting back to me, bro, I ain't had no fear because I didn't really have expectations. I was just really getting out there like, if I get an opportunity, I just want to make the most of it.
Right.
But to rewind it, I think the confidence really came from like Bron, like putting that battery in my back early on, and just saying like, I trust you, I rock with you, and we gonna work.
A long way.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so by the time the Pistons rolled around, I done played ones with Bron, and you feel me? So I done seen everything at this point. So like my confidence and my comfort level, I'm not seeing nothing I ain't never seen before.
Right.
And
You see a difference now in like Bron when you was playing with him then to him still playing in the league right now?
Man, he's not from here. He ain't from Earth. Cause there ain't no way that like what we talking about right now is like my memory goes straight back to that game 5, right before I had that game 6.
Yep.
You
48 points.
He went off.
29 of the last 30.
Let's forget about the 31 and all that, you know what I'm saying, threes.
We'll talk about the 31.
That was decent.
Yeah,
It was cool. It was cool. We can talk about it. But the 48, bro, before that, on the road,
Yeah.
we gotta have that one. If we don't get that one, we done.
Bron went crazy before.
Bro, he scored 30 straight points. When I started watching, bro, on the court, it just started to dawn on me like that. It might be Mike right now, but it's somebody coming for that spot. Because what I'm watching right now, I ain't never been a fan on the floor, like in a playoff game, though. Like,
That's
I gotta
intense.
be ready to. Like, I ain't even ready to shoot no more because I know it ain't coming. Like, I know it's not because it ain't nothing they can do with him. To me, that was like my moment to like when people ask me what my goal is, it's a little different because I got to witness a lot of moments like that. But watching basketball, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Another basketball player do that. He scored 30 points, including like from the fourth quarter to the rest of the overtime.
Yeah,
I mean, he scored all the rest of our points.
I watch highlights and shit. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
So like with my comparison, he's just my GOAT.
Yeah, Mike was like that too.
Game
5 win.
We talked.
And we think, and y'all
then
can't
we
remember.
go back home and go to the finals.
It's like his 3rd year though. This is his 3rd year.
He's like 3 years older than you, right?
After having that game and then going to the finals. Like, dude, they were that nice. I mean, again,
no, they were that nice for real. Like, think about it. They were a dynasty. They were a dynasty. But I'm just saying, think about what we just did. Like, Bron just scored 50 to get to game 6. Right. A rookie just scores 30 without missing a three to get to the finals. We get to the finals, like the night of the where I hit the 31. I tell you, they almost flipped my truck over on West 6.
That's right. And I think you had 14 free throws, right? You had hella free throws that game.
Probably.
So you only remember one free throw out of the 14?
I only remember the one at
It's
the
all
end.
cash.
That snapped you back
It's
in.
14.
Money.
Was I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the stats, but I know you. I think you shot 14 or you made 14. It was one of those.
Yeah,
That's tough, man. 14 free throws is a lot. What do you think your perception of yourself?
We talking hoops. Like, if we go back to that series, I feel like the reason why it turned is because they tried to target me. Like, every player on their team tried to post me up. Tayshaun Prince, Chauncey Billups.
They were trying to little man you for some reason.
Everybody. But I'm saying now, we talking like, for me, I'm taking pride in getting stopped. So, yeah, I'm getting scored on here and there. But the numbers ain't really what they want them to be. And now y'all posting up Tayshaun instead of running rip off of these screens.
Right.
And y'all, you feel me? So now the way y'all playing is kind of playing for us because now the possessions is lower. And now Bron able to control a little bit more of the game. So that's what I mean by, like, for me, a lot of people might look at me and be like, they might see the 31 and be like, he was shooting
Yeah,
that
good
thing.
night. Yeah.
But you don't get on the court against Chauncey, Rip,
Every night.
Tay, and none of them if you can't play. The first time I got on the court, we was playing against the Washington Wizards. We don't need to check the stats because I think Gilbert Arenas ended up with 45, but that ain't the point. That ain't what we talking about.
That's how I was going against back then. That's crazy.
He was a
Zero,
fucking
man.
killer back then.
The hibachi, that ain't what we were talking about right now. The hibachi was going that night. But Mike Brown at that point started to trust me from like seeing me like guard in practice and seeing me guard different parts of the game. And Eric Snow had gotten in foul trouble, and I want to say D Jones got in foul trouble, and he like, Booby, go out there and stop that motherfucker. Knowing damn well I ain't finna stop Gil, but the fact that he had that trusting me to go out there and play defense was now my opportunity. What happens that game? I get a shot on the wing. Cash out. Now you like, oh damn, motherfucker shoot too. The thing that happened with me and Bron is like, in order for me to make the team, I knew I had to get there before everybody. Chris Gent, who's working with him now with the Lakers. Me and Chris Gent end up coming up with all kind of drills. So now just me taking the initiative as a player and showing up early and getting into the gym got me into the gym. Now I'm working out with Bron. My rookie year, we working. He trying to figure out do drills with me or what drills I'm working on. And so that's how. Fast forward to the end of the season playoffs, I'm there every day in the morning with him.
It's become a routine
after
now.
Shooting with him.
Yeah.
Now he like shit. That's why if you go back to that, if you literally, bro, I tell everybody this. If y'all go back to the video, and he like, I told you.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? Y'all remember that part?
Yeah.
Literally what he was talking about. He was like, I'm telling you, like, just rep. Now, when I'm training the kids and when I'm talking to them about reps, it's that moment, like, that's what I got from, working with him every day. That's some GOAT shit. I got me a GOAT tip early.
You put in all that work, All-American. You know what
Hey,
I mean?
man.
Crazy at Texas.
I'm glad you went there. I'm glad you went there. It's
You put in the work
facts.
to get there, so it's not like,
I appreciate that because, like, what we talked about, what I said before, I ain't the fastest, the quickest, none of that. But I promise you ain't gonna outwork me.
Can we talk about the Texas days?
Being from Texas, so like everybody's still coming to your games and everything like that from back home. It's like, you playing, like you said, with KD and,
If you go to Houston, D Gibb is still the leader, all-time Houston leading scorer. That's D Gibb. And so, Texas was that, bro. Like, I ain't want to, another story that a lot of people don't know is me and LaMarcus Aldridge, we played against each other in high school, and we both had a 45 piece. And so, listen, so before people was joining forces in the league, we was joining forces in college. Like, after the game, I'm like, what school you going to college, bro? You committed? Where you trying to go? He like, I don't know yet. Where you going? I'm like, shit, we should just go on visits together. So we ended up going to North Carolina,
That's crazy.
Arkansas, and then ultimately, like him being from Dallas and me being from Houston.
This makes sense.
The Texas had just with TJ Ford went to the finals, and we like it'll just make sense for us to just keep that thing rolling. And so me and bro ended up like on some like tag team vibes. Ended up picking the same school because
That's
we
raw.
just play off each other and make it happen. So that's really the Texas days was some of the funnest days ever. We went to I think first year Sweet 16, and then the second year we lost in the Elite Eight to Big Baby, Tyrus Thomas, and Garrett Temple, and that.
Was that Kansas, right?
LSU.
LSU, yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all
He was
the worst.
eating in college though, man.
Bro, the worst game, worst moment ever. We playing against Duke in New Jersey at the Philadelphia Arena, and we hype. It's 1 versus 2. Like we ready, man. JJ ready to come out there and give us a cool 42. And you know how when you come into the game, you like, man, we ain't finna let JJ. I'm talking about me, PJ Tucker, like we got a squad. Like
That's a squad.
Was DJ was gone already? DJ
nah,
Augustine?
KD came in right after that.
Okay.
He wasn't there when JJ did what he did, but yeah, I would say that was like my lowest moment as a as a Longhorn. But I mean, it's still JJ Redick, man. Shout out to JJ.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. He's
His pod's
shooter.
doing fucking great, dude.
He's got good
What's
got
that,
sick
the old
podcast.
man?
Yeah, so dude, can you imagine if NIL deals were around when you were in college, man? Like
You probably think about that. Everyone thinks about that shit.
That's bread, bro. And I
crazy.
don't even know what the top D1 athletes are getting. And I
And
know
millions.
like
We talking about
D3, like
ticks.
they're getting
Millions still.
Bro,
right
they
now.
said Marvin Harrison would make more if he went back to OSU.
Texas got that money. You know how they say
Longhorns,
coming to
yeah.
America and say he got his own money. I think Texas Longhorns got their own money. They just need to put horns on it for real.
is it digressing?
Yeah.
Like something to change where they
Like,
gotta keep
right.
like changing
I had a
shit.
bad year. I'm gonna just go to
Yeah.
from Texas to
That's
Oklahoma.
crazy.
Like your rival is
Yeah,
weird.
like just
It's crazy. Yeah.
it's like a free agent signing every year.
Yes.
Dude, the bag is different, especially in the NBA, man. When Dellavedovas and all these guys were getting $60 million.
Talk about
like, that 1 year.
Dellavedova.
Like, but hey, the Dellavedova days that he sees. That
What's wrong with
opportunity.
Dellavedova? He can't get a bag?
You know, like
Come on.
Dellavedova.
No,
What's
I'm-
wrong with him?
He said
He's
it's-
locking up.
But,
You ain't
but was
feeling
he worth that
Dellavedova.
$60 million or whatever that he signed for?
Hey, listen, man. If they pay the man,
Yeah,
pay the man. No question.
that money's unlimited for these young guys, man. $300 million for a player is crazy, yo.
I don't know if they just got more money.
TV deals.
TV deals too.
It's hard to compare because like it's just so much other things that go into it. Like right
Facts.
now, they got the
Business.
new TV deals. So with the new TV deals, they gonna want to see more scoring. So they gonna probably make more rules to for guys to be able to score a little easier. You know what I'm saying? It's a business at the end of the day. I think that's what people need to understand. Like it's at the end of the day. These owners gonna make sure they getting their bankroll
For sure.
first and foremost,
Facts.
and then everything else. They ain't
Everything.
thinking about the fans, how the fans feel first.
Fans
We
gonna
are,
be
though.
there. That ain't gonna
Regardless.
The players also outside of what the NBA business is. Some of us leave the game early. Like we want to get into that. That's why, like, I ain't want to. After I had worked as hard as I could and did everything, I was okay with leaving the game at an early age because it is a business and it's not, always fun.
Facts.
So for me, I was okay with that for that reason. But
So-
at the end of the day, man, it's
That's tough.
yeah,
I mean, why did he
like
retire?
a lot of
He's-
people,
he's still
man.
young, you know?
Like the craziest thing I would ever see is like he stopped playing basketball to like make music was like one thing I would always hear. And it's like if y'all only knew that like
What's really going on?
making music really only was the one thing that like kept me sane at a certain point. But like basketball for me, once I had retired from when I broke my foot, a lot of people didn't even know that part. Like the 13-14 season, I tore a tendon
I
in
knew
my.
that though.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're my guy. That's
I
why.
got it. I
I
knew.
think I just turned it one time and it popped. And so after that, cool, like everybody else, you go to rehab and you get back right. But then for me, that rehab went into like right before we getting ready to head into training camp and go for
Stumbled you a little
workouts.
bit. Going into the season.
Boom. So now I got 3 more months. All right, cool. All right, listen, I'm a hard worker. I'm finna keep going. But in the midst of that, like my back started to go crazy.
Dang.
The doctor was saying because of how I was back and forth on the foot and the knee, like my back was trying to like compensate
Support itself.
both.
Oh, that's crazy.
You feel me? And so now I'm out here I can't even play with my son so now I'm like, hold on, like let's take a couple steps back and see what we doing here. And so for me, that was where I was like, it started to become more work to prepare to play than to play. And that's where we start talking about like the fun, the business, and all of that start to change. So for me, I'm like, yeah, if you done took care of your family and put yourself in a position where you don't have to play until you can't walk no more.
That's big.
That's what fans don't get, man.
Right.
And they just knew me to be the basketball player. And popping up in other areas, they were like,
what the hell is this? Yeah, what the hell is
I
this?
want to see you do this. You feel me? And so for me, that was hard too. Like trying to continue to like be myself and be who I am and still just chill and low key stay out the way because I really don't want to be in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for them to know that like, hey, I'm cool, like this was happening, I'm gonna jump on this show real quick, you feel me, and kind of tell y'all a little bit. That was kind of like the battle of like how much to share. And how much to,
I feel like that could take a toll like mentally, right?
Oh,
like it
man.
just like bother you and shit.
Listen, a lot of battles with myself in that mirror, like trying to figure out like, okay, who are you? What's next? Like what do we do from this point? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a lot of dark moments. And I feel like more NBA players and more pro athletes should talk about that, period.
Yeah, right.
Because when you have done something your entire life, I don't care how much money you made at doing it. That moment when you stop,
It's a different feeling.
you gotta figure some shit out. Like everybody don't have to do that.
You know, just even going through some shit, man, and hearing it from a guy like you know what I mean? It probably means so much, and it really helps a lot of people see that. Like, if Booby's out, opening up, man, I should be opening up too. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It only helps. And did you open up at that time when you were going through that? You kept it in?
I ain't even understand it at that time.
Right.
Like,
it was hard for us men to understand that back in the day. I mean,
At that age for us.
I was a kid, but you know what I mean?
Like if you go back, if I can rewind to that time, I ain't tell nobody.
Right.
And what ended up happening was I disappeared, and everybody like, damn, where Booby at? What Booby doing? But it's just like, I'm trying to figure out like who Booby is without a basketball. And then what I realized, like, if you ain't hooping and you ain't out there, everybody don't want to come.
It's like everybody questioning you, trying to figure out like
they want to come with you to the club, but they ain't trying to come with you to your rehab session.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to come there to that part. So yeah, a lot of that was dolo, and like me getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out on my own. And at that point, once I figured out everybody that I thought was around for the right type of now I really ain't finna be able to rock with me.
Right.
So that's probably why my circle's so small right now. It's a peephole.
And even more, like I was saying before we hopped on, like when I'm listening to you, bro, it's like because like I said, when I got a chance to listen to you, I had to like start the clip over again. Like, man, what? He ain't just say this. Hold up, and then I got a chance to go listen to some music for real. But then it makes sense. You've been around music, you know what I mean? You was around it enough to really like go through your own stuff. But then now, like you said, have this for therapy. You know what I mean? So how was that like being around the music and like after basketball, like seeing that this is something that was like therapeutic for you?
I had already like when it came to music, like I was one of the guys when we at the lunch table in the cafeteria and they playing. I'm a freestyle with it then too.
Facts.
So like it was always just the music, and my pen was always nice. But when you hooping, anytime you try to do anything that ain't basketball,
they like what you doing, man?
Chill out. Right. But like for the basketball dudes or whatever see me or hear me rap, they be like, damn, bro, you nice for real. And so for me, I just started to do it like that, like for fun or whatever. And so to fast forward to like that time, I'm going through what I'm going through, and then I go in the booth and I'm like, man, I can really get in here and just say whatever I want to say without can't nobody say nothing to me. I tell you, cartoons, what is it?
Music.
You able to kind of get into an alter ego, and people don't really trip off of what you say.
Facts.
So that's kind of where the therapy came in at for me. Like during that time, like I was able to kind of vent a little bit, talk my shit a little bit, and can't nobody really trip off of it because you know it's just music.
Fact.
It took them a minute, but after a while they started to understand. They're like, bro, really just be rapping because he just love to do that shit.
You got like a couple artists you listen to every day, but like when you were a lyricist and you make good music for real, people enjoy it then, you know, at that point.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean by that. Yeah.
So they listen to the bars, they know what you're talking about, they know where you coming from. And so it's kind of what I be doing with the music, man. People will ask me like, man, you still rapping? I'm like, yeah.
It's believable, like it's, yeah.
It's
Like
like
believe
I
in
just talk
it.
my shit, man, go ahead. So like D Gibb, Booby is the rapper and the artist and all that, but D Gibb is more like, you know what I'm saying, the basketball
Booby,
player, the mentor.
My boy Nick Ho was like, man, Booby's the reason why I got the star in my
That's
head.
D Gibb. You got a star?
No, not me. My boy Nick Ho did. He did.
Yeah,
He was like, he's like, he
man.
inspired me to get the star.
That's crazy.
So
It's tough.
he rocked with you.
I forgot, yeah. That was me at the time, still trying to fix and show, like, you be trend setting.
And when I was in other cities, you know, when it comes to just like trash talking and whatnot, like how is that compared to like?
We wouldn't crack on other people, but the dope part about our team, and I think everybody remember it, was we used to do the handshake thing before the game. And I really feel like we was the first ones to do that, bro. Because I try to think of like before us.
No, hell no. It would be certain. It would be
Like
certain.
people would do like a handshake here and there, but like we was before
team.
it was
The whole
when you
team.
hit the whole line, like me and Brian would like do the whole line. Like we just didn't care about the other team, and I think that was like the biggest like slap in the face. Like I remember we played against the Bulls, and we got like a delay a game before the game because we taking pictures. Like we used to do
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
Shit,
basketball
yeah.
selfie where everybody like get on one knee and put up one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
One finger.
lolly.
And they're like, damn, they don't care about playing. Nope, we don't care that we playing against y'all. We 67 games that year. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of us talking our shit. We know what we about to do when we get out here, so we locked in on this side, man. Good luck to y'all, though.
You don't even got. You gotta have one. I want to hear one Sasha
I
story.
don't really got a side story,
That's
'cause,
crazy.
bro.
Like he did
bro,
some weird
really-
shit in the locker room or something.
Nah, he just didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck.
He was just
Like you could watch how he hoops sometimes. Like
He just
be like, damn man, they don't get the ball, man. And it'll just be that. Like bro, it's just get out there in slow mo, do what he gonna do, and then go to the crib. But see, Sash was one of them Europeans that was early over here early. That was
Early.
tough though.
He was tough. He was
in
here
practice. Bucket, you know what I'm saying? He giving you the blues.
because ain't no holds bars in practice.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
He would
cold.
have spurts of like
Yeah.
couple
Playing
good
That's
like
why
that.
he
games.
was starting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Stop
It's
it.
not happening.
maybe
gotta stop it.
maybe
Somebody
Giannis's
just-
brother.
Y'all gotta help me with this. Y'all gotta look it up. We gotta
He's
bring
bad.
it up. It's only been, they say, like maybe like 5,000 or some shit
What?
basketball players ever, bro, in the NBA.
In the NBA, you know, this is home now, if I'm correct. You know, because you here with the charge.
So,
You know, you doing some work with the Cavs as well too. You know, how is that like embracement coming back in the city now and like still being in basketball, but from this end now?
I could tell you, I ain't never think I was gonna be coaching. That was the last thing I thought it was gonna be. I always knew that I was gonna have an impact on like younger players coming in, but like the X's and O's was something I was always afraid of, and so getting away from the game, and I think the pandemic kind of brought me back to it. It was like my mom got real sick during that time, and I feel like basketball was always just my thing, and so it was just my safe place. So I ended up going back into it, but I ain't never expected to be what it is now. But I'm so thankful that after the pandemic that I did it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just so many, all this stuff we talking about right now. Just the experience I done had with Bron, with Shaq. I played with so many, Baron Davis, Mo Williams, Delonte
Legends,
West,
man.
you
Legends,
bro.
run them down. Like they all came through here, and like I'd be lame to go off and take my bread and go live my life and not pass that on to like another hooper.
Shaq just went into like a prom store and bought my dude his tux and left like $1,000 in his pocket.
Man, the one thing about Shaq, man, he is Ron might be the greatest player ever, but Shaq is by far the greatest person ever, the greatest entertainer ever to ever touch the basketball floor.
Movies, all that shit. Yeah.
Just
Bro,
hearing some of the music stuff that he did, man.
Bro,
Like,
that's not shout out. He started it for your boy. Like he set the trends, but like Shaq, man, like playing on the team with him, came in the studio with me, did music with me, like. That's how Shaq is, man. Like you feel me? Like just to know I got a record in the archives with with Shaq. But Shaq a real one. And like you said, he'll get a shirt off his back.
But he just always giving back how he acts on TV. Like
he
loves to fuck around and give back and make jokes and shit. Like you can just tell.
Who's your favorite player to like play with outside of Bron? You know?
Like outside of Bron. Yeah. I mean, that ain't even hard. I'm over here acting like I gotta think. Kyrie, people forget that I played with him too. Yeah. I ain't even mention him when I mentioned all
when
the
he came.
I caught young Kyrie. Kyrie, 10 games out of Duke that didn't play
previously.
College basketball.
College.
Kyrie,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and like he kind of came in and we was all kind of like, he gonna have to prove it, boy.
He did that.
Prove.
He did. Yeah.
Day one.
Yeah, he's fucking nice, dude. He's nice.
Man,
that's why we didn't appreciate
a bucket whenever
I know you got some Kyrie stories, some practice stories. So,
hey man, listen, I'm picking him up full court. Y'all don't call no fouls. We finna bring him in right. You know what I'm saying? We not giving him nothing. First possession, he get the ball. And I'm looking at his face. I'm picking him up. I don't know the handle. I ain't seen the handle yet. I'm still working this out. So so I turned it one time. Snatch. I'm like, okay. His handle's right. We figured that part out. So boom, he take me down. He come spin back. I'm there on every move. I'm there. Turn back. I'm talking about inch right over. Little late. Bucket. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I ain't tripping. Like, you can score.
Right.
Bro, the next play, pick him up full court.
Again.
He dribbling. I'm talking about I'm smacking arms, everything. He hit me with like a little spin, whatever, like fade. But I'm like, bro, you know it's other people on the court though right now.
That's
First of all, why is it the one-on-one right now, right?
Yeah.
But what we ended up talking about afterwards was, well, first of all, let me just get to the end of that story. I stopped picking him up
full court
feet. After that, it just started bringing myself back. But at that point, he said he was just like, nah, like I knew that like coming in like that y'all was gonna like try me, so it was just more of a thing like
let y'all know I'm here
right away. Like you pick me up, like I'm gonna try to go get a bucket.
That's shit.
You know what I'm saying? But he said it so cool and just, you know what I'm saying? And at that point, you come across players that aren't human. Like we talked about with Bron, CP3. I put him in that category of just different caliber players.
Dude, he's tough.
Kyrie.
You started about CP. He's tough.
You know what I'm saying? Like I put CP in that category because he's just a basketball savant.
Facts.
But that was just the moment where I knew, like, okay, he different. Cause then, no disrespect and shout out to my dog Dion Waiters. I went over there and fouled him, and he was ready to square up. He ready to fight. He like,
I remember Dion here, man.
Hit me again, bro. I promise,
hard.
bro. You know what I mean? Like, probably hit me again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was straight. He was fresh from Philly.
They
Yeah,
gonna talk to you. And
yeah.
He like,
Did he go to Miami? And did he win
He
one?
went to Miami. Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have got one.
He went to
And then
Syracuse,
he
sure.
he played for the Heat and shit and the Lakers.
There's nobody like Kyrie still that came
For
in the
sure.
league that plays like Kyrie.
For sure.
There's no one yet.
Hey, listen, man. We gonna stop trying to find him.
And he's it, bro. That
101.
handle is nasty.
Too consistent.
1-on-1.
It's like being like also consistent, but it's like being excellent at like that one thing. You know what I mean?
Like we said before, in the NBA, you gotta have a translatable skill. You gotta have a skill that like the coach trusts, and it might not have been what you were the best at coming out of college.
Right.
You might have to humble yourself in terms of your game, and not saying that you're not gonna ever be able to use that skill, but you might have to put more of an emphasis on this because it helps the team better in certain situations.
That makes
And
sense.
I feel like everybody's not able to do that, and I'm learning that from being in the G. Like in the G, they like, man, I ain't got 20 and 10 tonight. Like they ain't gonna see me, and it's like, nah, they gonna see the efficiency in your numbers. They gonna see where you at defensively in your rotation.
That makes sense.
That's what they gonna see. But it's like, you know, it's the instant gratification. Like I gotta get the highlights. That's how I'm gonna get there.
They need that.
advice?
100%.
I need that advice, man.
That's a great clip. Great
Yeah,
clip.
I need that. I need to send that
bro,
out because that's amazing advice for the guys that are trying to figure out, you know, their next step and why they're not getting there, right?
All-time leading scorer in high school. All-time Big 12 freshman of the year. When I got on the basketball court, because coach wanted me to play defense, because he saw me in practice picking up full court every day. I ain't never been no defensive stopper.
Right.
Give me the ball. Let me get a bucket. But
You knew it was gonna get you on the court.
I gotta do this. I gotta improve here, or I ain't gonna never be able to get a bucket. I ain't gonna never be able to show him I can score if I'm only 6'2", 6'3". I ain't the biggest point guard or the biggest shooting guard.
Thanks.
I gotta like
What
stand
made you
out.
think like that, though? You know what I mean? It's hard to think like that.
That's a good ass question.
Like, what, man? You know what I mean? Like, what was the experience? What was the lesson learned from?
Yeah, trying to
Something had
for the
to
highlight,
you, right?
but he
Or
had
was
that
it just
mindset
like,
already.
I'm glad you asked that question because I'm able to give a major shout out to John Lucas. He with the Houston Rockets right now. Man. Big
Legend.
John.
Yeah.
Big legend.
John, dog. He treated me so bad, bro, in my workout, dog. Like so bad. So I go to do my workout. My first workout in the NBA draft process is with the Rockets, and I have been working out with John this whole time. So I go to work out with John. I'm bringing the ball up the court, and he like, that motherfucker ain't no point guard. Take the ball from him. He ain't shit. I'm like, yeah, run it. So like, I think in my mind, like you said, he was training me to like
Get that dog already in.
yeah, like be that dog, because that's what they gonna say about you. So he basically was telling me everything that the NBA was thinking about me, but he was telling everybody on the court this shit. So I'm like, motherfucker, I can play the point, motherfucker, but he was creating that dog that you talk about, bro. And so like I had the worst workout of my life for the Rockets, bro. And that's where I really wanted to go. I wanted to go home because
That'd have been crazy, dude,
because
but
nobody
it's
really
crazy
like, because like coming out of college, I didn't have like the best. My second year wasn't the best, so I knew I was going in the second round. So I'm like, any one of them can get me, and if I can start my career, why not start it at home? My second workout is with the Cavs, and so I come in that zone like Bron there. He on the baseline getting the massage and shit. I'm like, okay, this is it. And before that, I couldn't even get into a workout with like any of the good players in the draft because I feel like they was worried that like I might
expose them or something.
Yeah, I might move up, and that's the politics of it.
That's crazy.
And so I ended up getting into a good one. It was like Rondo, Kyle Lowry. I want to say maybe Aaron Afalo might have been in there, and it was like one more. And like I'm like, all right, cool. Like this is my chance. Like, like so the fact that I had went down a little bit, now they like saying he like late, you know, second round or whatever. So I'm like, damn, like if I can go off in here, like this is it.
Right.
Man, I had the workout of my life, bro. I'm talking about, I don't even dunk for real, like for real. But today we going through we going through the cones, tween, no fillet. Ooh, we dunking that bill. We like, damn. And so I'm like, all right, I see the legs going, and now we going through the workouts and the tray ball going and everything. And so at the end of the workout, they have like the Cavs drill where you go and shoot I break the record for the time and everything. Meanwhile, Bron's still
right there,
right here at the end of the thing. So go upstairs. Damn, y'all done got me into my draft story. I don't know if I ever told it. I go upstairs to the draft room. I sit in Mike Brown's chair. That tell you how nervous I was.
You were nervous as hell, huh?
Like, well, shit, you sitting in my seat. Like, maybe you can ask me some questions.
That's funny.
I'm like, Coach, I don't know. I don't know how I got twisted up. He like, no, ask me something. Shit, you think I can help your team? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all drafted me, you think I fit? He like, well, you know, Mike, he do his little thing, the way you shot the ball today. And
Push his glasses.
Yeah, he did all that shit. And he a rookie this year too. It's like his first or second year or whatever. And so I think after that, man, I'm leaving, and like literally like Brian, like, bro, you did your thing. And literally after he said that, the Cavs, they had 3 picks. Made me feel like with one of them picks they was gonna take me. I shut down my whole draft process. I ain't work out for another team, and I was just like, if it work out, I want it to be here. If not, maybe another team pick me. But I'm like, if they got 3 picks and I don't work out for nobody else, maybe they'll just feel like. Just after Summer League, call my name or tell me.
Nervous? You were nervous as hell that whole time?
As a hoe in church. You hear me? I'm sitting in the room. I'm like, and my dad like, man, nah, you did right. They can just kind of like let you know that how much they care about you or whatever. And then the fact that Brian said it too, kind of like sealed the deal.
You knew like, hey, like my life's about to change, like, or did you like kind of be like, damn, I still gotta work?
Contract, even though they picked me at 42nd. I'm non-guaranteed until I made it through training camp. And so that's why I started pulling up early before everybody.
Showing extra
I
work.
wasn't trying to be the last. I was going to be but they was going to have the whoever was mopping the floor up was going to have to tell me to get out, or the coaches was going to have to tell me to get out, because I wanted them to know like it wasn't going to be nobody in that building that was going to work harder than me. So that's what it was. It was the fact that I was a non-guaranteed second round pick.
I need that bag too.
And I was finna sleep in that. I literally like we would have 2 days. We would do the first workout, finish that jump. I would keep shooting till everybody left. I would sleep in the little massage room, just so when everybody else came in,
right back there,
they would see me. They would see the ball bouncing and me in the gym
That's
before
crazy.
everybody else, bro.
Still working hard, like he's trying to make it. So that's just great advice, a blessing.
It's
and,
huge too.
You know, it's
for the city.
It's huge for the community to see a guy like you trying to give back and help. You know, for the city of Cleveland. You're not from here, but you're trying to make a huge impact, right? So at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that are from here that are not doing it. So super thankful, you know, for us to do this together, and I think we can make a difference, man. I really think we can outreach to people if we have to start programs after the event, and you know, go to different schools and talk to them and get them out of violence, man. It's about making a difference. Like the celebrity game is great. It's going to be cool to put on a show for the city, right?
Right.
But it's about making a difference, and that's what you want to do here in Cleveland, is make a difference. So
yeah, man,
I'm excited for that.
Like, I know we talked about not having reasons a second ago, but when I was in middle school, like one of my best friends got murdered.
It's crazy.
Wearing J's right now, it took me a minute to be able to wear Jordans again, because it was over Jordans at the time when, like, you feel me, that like jacking was supposed to be cool. And at the time, basketball was kind of like what got me through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, I wanted to go make sure they knew what time it was. But that's why when you bring up an event like Stop the Violence, it's like, if I would have decided to do that, I wouldn't be in a position right now to be able to share this message with somebody else to tell them to not do it, regardless of the pain you might feel or what you might be going through or what you might have experienced.
Facts.
Like, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's find ways to prevent somebody else from getting into a situation where they feel like that's something that they need to do.
Right.
So when you brought up that idea, you probably know that it was that near and dear to me.
No, I didn't. No, man.
It really was more about like how intended,
I feel like these young guys, man, will, you know, appreciate that coming from you and trying to stop the violence, because, you know, doing that stuff, man, it doesn't just affect your feelings, man. It's going to affect hundreds, 10 people, 20 people. It affects so many more people.
Changes lives, man. It changes families, man. I still, to this day, I still take care of my partner's mom to this day. Still make sure
That's real.
that on Mother's Day, I make sure that she still know that she got a son out here. So
Sure.
it changes lives, man, forever. And so, like, you know, the more people that can hopefully understand that and hopefully find different ways to grow and not be angry about certain things and deal and, you know, mental health, whatever it is that we can find through this game and programs that we can create to help build in our community, man.
Most people don't know that Cleveland is like, it's bad too, you know, like Cleveland's like one of the worst places when it comes to violence, but like that's why this makes this even more important.
People see that Booby Gibson is making a difference in the city. Motherfuckers that are from the city are gonna have to come together and be like, hey,
absolutely,
we have to continue to, you know, come together. And
small steps.
That's my idea off of it, you know. Yeah, you know, like I said, throwing the event, you know, 1,000 people, 2,000 people there. That's a fun time, right? But it's just about making that impact.
Like you see a lot of parts of Cleveland changing now, and I think being able to have it in a community that's so strong makes the impact even more. So I know a lot of people are excited. Everybody that, you know, that's, you know, preparing for it right now that we talk about, they're like eager to kind of like be in the building, you know what I mean? So yeah,
I'm looking forward to it, man. That's a lot of what I want to do in the city, is just find different ways, man, to make changes, to help to inspire growth, and to keep showing people, man, there's a better way to do things, man. There's a lot of opportunities out here, and I want to be a part of the source that are creating those opportunities, man, and just, you know what I'm saying, showing a different way.
Can we see Booby back on the court sometime? You know, what's that look like?
On the court,
you see Booby on the court.
Still, you know,
we see like a pro-am or something, or like a, you know.
We get them up, man. We get some ones. We get.
Think you crazy for that?
Get him to play, man. His answer is no every time. So.
The crazy thing is though, man, like Imani, DG, I still get out there on the court with them, but it's just like that's the part that's what get me going. Outside of that, like, you know what I'm saying. I'd be cool, but who knows, man? To stop the violence event, it just might be a night where I'm coaching. The game might be close. I might have my shorts on underneath the shirt.
Might as well.
You just never know. I might just pop out and catch a corner tray ball for the fans. You gotta pull up to see though. You have to pull up to see if
them. Pull up. The more people we have with this event, man, like we need your help to make a difference.
For sure.
You have the Better Guards crew that's gonna rock with it. You know, you got big play, big game entertainment that's gonna be a part of it. My guy Scotty Mack, I'm gonna need him to be a part of it. That'll be awesome. On the phone with Duck, bro. That'll be awesome, man.
Should you be able to do the jerseys, man? That'd be tough.
That'd be fire.
That'd be fire.
The layer jerseys would be crazy. Being in Cleveland, why not, man? We tap in with the entire city of Cleveland and just see who's ever willing to be a part of it for a great cause. I'm sure we can make room and make history.
Make history, bro. We make an impact, right?
For sure.
That's it. We'll get part 2 and
this
talk about
was just a warm up. We didn't even really get to a lot of the stuff we was gonna talk about.
No, we didn't. And I mean,
we covered a lot, but we definitely can keep going.
The part 2 is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be everything that we didn't talk about, but everything that is happening and
that we build.
The progression from right now. You know what I mean? So after the event is going to be crazy, because I know you want to do a bunch of things in the city, and it doesn't have to, you know, involve basketball. I know you want to involve yourself marketing wise, like everywhere in the city. If that's, you know, the sports betting world, if it is the sports, if it's a different sport, if it's the art, if it's the music, you know, we want to get you out there more so we can help, you know, make a difference, right?
You know, I got the shooters going right now, man. Where the shooters come to shoot from ages 5 to 25, it don't matter, man.
Everybody getting
close. Your high school is coming soon, right? Shooters, you?
Yep. I'm finna slide around all the high school halftime vibes, and we finna tap in. But whether it's Shooters U, or whether it's Boys and Girls Clubs, whether it's Cavs games, man, you can find me in the city, man, trying to make a difference and trying to show people, man, that I'm human, that I love the city of Cleveland, man. I'm happy to be back.
Yo, you kick it with anybody, bro. That's the cool part, bro. You'll pull up somewhere and you'll be cool as fuck with the people that are around you, bro. That's why I respect you. That's why I fuck with you so much.
I do gotta ask, man. You've been in Cleveland a little second, you know, not being from here, but you know, I'm not from Cleveland too, and I got my fun moments here. What's been like your best night that you done had in Cleveland?
I used to call it the Beatles, man. So everywhere we used to go, it used to be like rock stars, man. We'd pop out, man. But I halfway described it, bro. But the night of Game 6 was the night I'll never forget, bro. Outside of the 31 points, bro, like they literally carried my Escalade, bro. The fans literally picked it up off the ground and like carried it through the streets.
That's crazy.
Like the whole truck, they were just carrying that bitch. I was at the top of that bitch, like, listen, we got the finals. The finals is next week. Put the truck down.
That's crazy.
That's how crazy the city
That's
was.
Cleveland for you, though.
Like if you think about it, because they used to have all the fans outside of the building too.
Yeah, watching the game and shit.
Yeah. So and I made the mistake of popping out the hood like, let's fucking go. And then, man, so that was probably like, and I don't even think I was 21 yet, but it was a night.
Yeah.
That's big.
Daniel Gibson in the house.
Season 2, episode
Season
1,
2.
man. Appreciate
It's a good
you,
way to
bro.
start.
Much love, man.
For sure.
Plus Minus
Means a lot.
podcast. Great start to it. Shout out to
Yeah,
James.
shout out to James, man.
And we're in the studio. It looks fucking great. All the aesthetic lights. We're out of here.
All right.